What's going on, YouTube? It's me, Kirby, and you're watching another episode of Kirby Q. And today is just a simple cook. Our church is having a potluck tomorrow, just to come together for us to fellowship with one another, hang out, and break bread together according to Acts 2 and 4, where they say they daily continued in the faith and went house to house, breaking bread and eating meat together. And so that's basically what we're going to be doing. And this is going to be my contribution to the potluck tomorrow. I guess everybody at church, if you belong to a church, does this, where you have times where you come together and you all will just put your dishes out there and share and fellowship with one another. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be doing a brisket. I'm going to be doing some chicken, and I have a whole ton of rib tips left over from previous cooks, and I'm going to go ahead and donate to the potluck tomorrow. I got the gateway for the brisket, the $2.70. Excuse me for everything else, because it's large enough to hold the volume of the meat that's going to need to go on. So it's really not about me seasoning and cooking and things, just to do the cook and show you what I'm doing today. And then I'm going to pick it up tomorrow, just with us fellowshipping at church, and I'm getting some feedback on people who's trying some of the food that I cook. All right, YouTube, with that being said, I believe the drum is just about at temp for the brisket. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out here and get it on. And the $2.70 still got some time to go before I put the meat on it. So I'm gonna roll the intro. By the time that's finished, I'll be putting stuff on the gateway. All right, thank you, stay tuned. All right, YouTube, let's go ahead and get things situated to get this brisket on. Got my water pan going in. Make sure that's in shot. Gotta move fast. And get this straight on. Here's my brisket. I'm gonna set it off to the side like that there. And let's get this lid on. That is it. Let's go ahead and set our dampers. All right, there we go. All right, so my brisket's on. I got another 100 degrees to go before I get my rib tips and chicken on. So that's gonna be about another 30-45 minutes before it gets up to that. All right, YouTube, y'all hang in there. I'll be back. That's the sound of freedom you hear in the background. All right. Y'all stay tuned. All right, YouTube. All right, YouTube, I'm hitting 300, so by the time I get back out with my chicken and rib tips, I'll be right where I want to be at. All right, so I'm gonna go inside, get the chicken and the rib tips, and I'll be back. My apologies, YouTube. My mic that I was wearing that day, apparently the connection got cut, and I did not know I was not recording sound. But anyway, what I'm trying to explain at this particular moment is what the seasonings and stuff that I have put on the chicken wings as I'm putting them on to the 270. And so you see me loading up the 270 with the wings. Okay, right here in YouTube, what I'm trying to explain is that when I do wings, on the flap side of the wing, there's a thicker side and there's a thinner side. And I put the thicker side on the bottom side of the grate because my heat rises up. And so I want that end to get the most heat because I want the fat underneath that skin to render down. I'm going to show you the same thing concerning the drumette part of the wing, where it also has a thicker skin on it, which is what I'm trying to show. There's a thicker side on the drumette that I place face down onto the grate, and I want that to get the heat because I want the fat on that skin to render so that it will come out, bite through when the guests bite into it. Okay, and I'm just sharing how the heat rises up from the bottom of the smoker and helps cook it quicker. Lastly, what I like to do is re-season the wings. So whatever rubs I use, I go ahead and place another layer of rub on the wings. So that's what I'm doing now, coating the wings with the rubs that I use. I will season the thick side first, and then the other side I don't season until I put it on the smoker. Alright, here I am going to put on some drumsticks that I kind of prepared competition style. I didn't do a full competition trim or anything on them, but I am going to put them, I do have them in a pan, in a butter, covered with butter and everything. They're going to go through the butter bath and all the other good stuff, just as if I was cooking some legs for competition. That is a pan of rib tips that I'm going to go ahead and place on the remaining racks, and I'm going to layer them out. The first few rib tips that I'm going to be taking out are some really thin no, I'm sorry, those are the thick ones. So those are the thick ones, and so those are like rib bones that came off the end of a rib slab that I was cooking. So those will go on first, and that's what I'm putting on now. All right, YouTube. Well, I guess I gotta pause. YouTube, I gotta go get my knife. All right. Here's the brisket. I got it off a couple of hours. See, a little over an hour ago. I added some more rub to it and put it in the oven to let it rest. So now I'm going to go ahead and slice it up. All right. And let me just take all this all juice and pour it right in there. Help keep it moist for service tomorrow. All right, and that is the brisket. All right, everybody, YouTube, that is it till tomorrow anyway. Here's the brisket, all sliced up and ready to go. Nice pull apart, nice pull back, pull apart. Good flavor. All right, well, that's it for today. We got chicken wings. I did some legs. I did some rib tips. Now I didn't film the rib. I didn't film the whole segment of the rib tips. I did get them off the smoker. I did cut them up. I didn't sauce them because I just wanted them people to try it like it is. And as you saw, I just completed the brisket. So go ahead and wrap everything up and give it a chance to cool down. Go ahead and throw it in the refrigerator. And then it'll get up early in the morning, around about 5:30, and start reheating some of this stuff. I'm gonna throw it in my Cambro, and that'll keep it nice and warm during the course of service. And then after service, they can just take it out and we can start serving it. All right, so that concludes the whole video, but just stay tuned towards the end so you can just see what everybody thought about the food at the fellowship tomorrow. All right, thank y'all for watching. My name is Kirby. This is Kirby Q. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions for videos coming up, or if you have any critiques or anything, that you saw during the course of the cook, be sure to leave me a comment in the box below, and I'll be sure to reply to you as soon as I can. If you like what you saw, share it with a friend, colleague, fellow barbecuer, and yeah. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, light your pits, fire for effect, and don't forget to just hang in for the little other part. I don't know what you call it. All right, take care. What's what? I wanted to try to answer your question.